Stop scrolling. Because there's a high chance you've been underestimating yourself this whole time. Most men think if a woman is attracted, she'll make it obvious. She'll compliment you, flirt clearly, or say something direct. But that's not how it works. The truth is, some of the most attractive men walk around thinking they're average, while women are quietly changing their behavior around them. And the scary part? You might be missing it completely. Not because it's not happening, but because you don't know what to look for. So the real question is, are you actually more attractive than you think and just blind to the signs? Let's break it down. Number 1, women act different around you. Attraction doesn't always speak, it adjusts. Every woman has a neutral mode. This is how she behaves around men she feels nothing for. Her tone is steady, her body language is relaxed but not engaged, her attention comes and goes, there's no emotional investment. But when she's around a man she's attracted to, something shifts. Her awareness increases. Suddenly she's fixing her hair, adjusting her posture, touching her face, becoming more aware of how she looks, and these changes are subtle. Sometimes it's just her straightening up when you walk in, or smoothing her clothes when you look at her. But here's the key, she's not doing it for attention. She's doing it because your presence raised her internal standard. Now pay attention to this. Some women become more expressive, they talk more, laugh more, ask more questions. Others do the opposite. They become quieter, slightly awkward, more reserved. Most men only notice the first type, and completely miss the second. But both are signals. If her behavior changes specifically around you, that's attraction creating contrast. And contrast is your clue. Number 2, you get respect before you earn it. Most men think respect comes later. But when you're perceived as attractive, respect shows up immediately. You walk into a room, and people don't treat you neutrally. They assume things about you, confidence, value, standards, options, and they treat you accordingly, before you've even said a word. You'll notice, people don't interrupt you as much, conversations make space for you, your words carry weight instantly. You didn't demand it. You didn't prove anything. It was already there. That's perceived value. And here's where most men mess up. They feel that respect, but instead of sitting in it, they try to prove they deserve it. They overtalk, over-explain, overperform. And in doing that, they destroy the very thing that created the respect. Because attraction isn't built by convincing people. It's built by how you show up. Number 3, she creates opportunities for you to lead. Women rarely chase directly. Instead, they invite. If she's attracted to you, she won't do all the work. But she will make it easier for you to step up. She'll extend conversations longer than necessary, ask follow-up questions, laugh a little more than usual, stay around just a bit longer, and then, she pauses. That pause? That's your moment. For example, she says, we should check that place out sometime, and then goes quiet. That silence is intentional. She's not going to say, take me out Friday at 7. She's waiting to see if you can lead. But most men hesitate. They overthink. They analyze. And the moment dies. From her perspective, she gave you the opportunity. You just didn't take it. Attraction doesn't need perfection. It needs direction. Number 4, you trigger attraction and intimidation. Here's something most men completely misunderstand. Attraction doesn't always look warm. Sometimes, it looks like distance. When a woman sees you as high value, she doesn't always lean in immediately. Sometimes she pulls back slightly. Why? Because attraction creates pressure. She starts thinking, does he have better options? Am I enough? What if I lose control of this situation? So her behavior becomes controlled. You might notice less eye contact, shorter responses, a more serious tone, and most men think she's not interested. Wrong. Disinterested feels indifferent. Intimidation feels tense. She's still engaged, just carefully. And your job is not to chase that tension away. Your job is to stay grounded in it. Because when you stay calm, she recalibrates. And that's when she starts opening up. Number 5, other men react to you. One of the clearest signs of your attractiveness. It isn't a woman. It's men. Men instinctively scan for hierarchy. So when you walk into a space, they immediately assess you. And you'll see it in their behavior. They become more alert, they try to dominate conversations, they interrupt more, they subtly compete, sometimes they'll get louder, become more performative, try to redirect attention. That's not random. That's competition. And here's the important part. Women notice this. They watch who gets attention, who gets challenged, who others react to. So, when men respond to you, it actually increases your perceived value. But only if you stay composed. Because the moment you react emotionally, you drop your frame. Attractive men don't compete loudly. They let their presence do the work. Number 6, you don't have to try hard, and that's why it works. Most men are trying too hard. They're overthinking what to say, timing messages, perfectly trying to impress, trying not to mess up. Everything becomes calculated. And that calculation signals neediness. Because underneath it, you're seeking an outcome. Now compare that to a man who's naturally attractive. He's present, engaged, but not attached. He's not forcing chemistry. And that creates something powerful. Ease. Conversations flow. Humor lands. Energy feels natural. Because he's not trying to control the moment. He's just in it. And that's what makes him stand out. Final truth, closing impact. Here's the reality most men never hear. You're not unattractive. You're just unaware. Attraction isn't always loud. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't come with guarantees. It shows up in small adjustments, subtle behaviors, quiet shifts in energy, and if you don't recognize it, you'll keep missing opportunities that were already yours. So now the question isn't, am I attractive? The question is, are you paying attention? Because once you start seeing these signs clearly, you stop guessing. You stop hesitating. You stop underestimating yourself. And that's when everything changes.